Here we go then. The action continues in Reds Bar, Stage 2, Butlins Resort, Minehead, of course, the home of the Players' Championship Finals. And Christian Kist on that stage, a man who has reached a final this year, one of the non-tour card holders to make it to the grand finals of the Players' Championship Tour in 2023. Former Lakeside champion, of course, won that over a decade ago now. Takes on one of the new emerging talents, the German Ricardo Pietreczko, who, well, really endeared himself to one audience when he won a European tour over in Germany, and then repelled another audience in Wolverhampton when he had that bit of a meltdown when he played against Bo Greaves. I think it will be an in-between kind of demeanour from the Deutsche Data on the stage today, low-key.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
On his return to it. And maybe we will see the best of him here. If we see the best of both, Paul, we're in for a treat.
You're not wrong, Murph. Hasn't it been great this year seeing Christian Kist back in form?
85.
Superb season, has to be said. And he didn't just make a final, he also, in the very next event, made a semi-final. That's a lot of ranking money in the space of about 26 hours. And if you think that's an accident, just by getting the invite
45.
means that he was doing one on the Challenge Tour as well. And it was a very, very good Challenge Tour season for Christian Kist. Finished in 6th position in that list, but for a while he was in a very good position to get a tour card and an Alexandra Palace spot. However, because he was so good
100.
in Players' Championship events this year, as a substitute, he's going to Ali Pali anywhere.
Now the winner of this match will take on Ryan Searle, who's already won his Open in the number 10 seed, beat Boris Kritschmar earlier on. So the former finalist in this very tournament. Now then, what a start this could be. Not 2B for the unassuming German.
I thought you were going to start quoting Hamlet there. To be or not to be. And judging by the colours that Ricardo's wearing, he looks like a B.
85.
Be happy, Ricardo.
Requires 72.
Especially if you're 1-0 up. Actually, he looks more like a wasp. He looks a bit more aggressive than a bee.
Well, has he got a sting in his tail here?
32.
Just flies over the top and allows Kist the outside opportunity. This only to hold throw for Christian, who's not had the start that he would so desire.
59.
You can win the first leg, but then it can all go pear-shaped. Just ask Mike De Decker. That's a good start for Ricardo, who became the second German player to win a PDC ranked event this year behind Max Hopp. And Germany had 5 years to wait for a second player to get a title. And everybody thought it was going to be Gabriel Clemens or Martin Schindler. It just so happened that Pikachu just wound up in Hildesheim and said, I think it'll be me.
Yeah, earned him passage to some of the major tournaments. We'll start seeing him on TV more often. That's the plan, isn't it? Got to catch them all.
Yeah, he's currently ranked number 1 in the list of qualifiers for everything outside the top 16, because the ranking money hoover that has been Ricardo Pietreczko over the last couple of months, he's put himself in a brilliant position.
Recap of the results so far here on stage 2. Radek Zagansky 6, Ian White 2, Luke Woodhouse 6, Simon Whitlock 4, Ryan Joyce 6, Daniel Closer 3, and Mario van der Behade 6, Mike De Decker 1.
I have to say that performance of the afternoon on stage 2 is Mario van der Behade. I was very impressed with him. He wasn't spectacular, but it was an incredibly professional performance. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, also probably the biggest upset we've seen so far on either stage. Ross Smith, Ryan Searle, Damon Heta and Jan van Veen all safely through on the main stage. Rob Cross playing Cameron Menzies right now.
Ricardo's got 104 and he's wondering what to do. That was a very good plan. I think he'd be very happy about the fact that Red's bar is quite tepid at the minute. It's the right time for him to play, and Christian Kist, even though he has played very well this year, it's the right kind of opponent because Christian is not English, or indeed from South Wales, which we do tend to find a lot of people from South Wales come to Minehead.
26.
Instead of being in the southwest, he's got to go to the northwest with his next visit. That was a mysterious third dart.
Well, he seems to be on easy street so far. We're not seeing the Christian Kist that made those semis and finals on the Pro Tour, or indeed had such a good season on the Challenge Tour. Not yet acclimatised to the stage here.
Double six. Trapdoor time for Ricardo. You don't want to go down there unless you can hit it. And he does find it for 2-0.
Yeah, still looks very comfortable in this game, and the opposite can be said of Kist so far.
Would you have gone for that double three? Or would you have bust that shot? I just wonder what Ricardo's mindset was going into that visit. He was probably not thinking he needed double three, but he was so tunnel vision about it that he thought, just get rid of it now instead of having to bust it and maybe come back later to get it all done and dusted.
He was on 140, Christian, so even though it's a high number, it's a number that requires two trebles or two doubles all in a straight line on the 20s. So I think if he maybe was on even like 143, the thought might have been a little bit more prominent in the mind of Pietreczko.
It's a mark of respect is what it is. He's going for that double three. He's thinking, you know, if I miss it, then, and if I was to, you know, leave myself 24 again, he could easily take that. But I just don't see it at the minute. Every dart that Christian is delivering at the minute seems just a little bit lethargic, a bit stiff, and a bit low. That was a really good third dart. I didn't think he had a path to the treble 20 right there. I'm not quite sure what his perfect first dart is yet, because he has this Terry Jenkins style quality of being able to get them underneath and over the top.
Don't know about you, Paul, but just get the feeling that Christian Kist hasn't settled yet, and if he loses this leg, it could already be starting to look too late.
Yeah, I think the last thing you want to do with Ricardo at the minute is give him a head start.
There are too many wayward darts. It's not the fact he's missing trebles, he's missing singles.
77.
Has suffered with a lot of injuries in his career. Since winning Lakeside in 2012, he's had joint problems. So much so he's been reduced to tears at the conclusion of some games. It's been heartbreaking to watch. That's why it's been so good to see him playing well this year.
Again, a wayward one. Just losing his line too often. His Kist, and Pietreczko's just bedded the bullseye. That's where he'll start on the next visit.
85.
Nice last start from Kist, but you would fancy Ricardo to get a go here at a double or the bull at the end of this checkout.
He's not going to get a shot at the bull at the end. And Kist gets his just reward after his best dart of this match in the previous turn.
Needs to make sure he gets two darts at the double. And he does. And he needs them. And Kist hits, and that could be crucial.
Still doesn't look comfortable though, Murph.
Well, maybe that'll change that, because he hasn't been with Pietreczko. It's Kist who's been doing that, spraying them into the ones, the fives, the sevens, the threes.
75.
Have you ever seen Christian wear this shirt before? I've never seen him wear a shirt with a big thumbs up on the back of it. It's like he's been going to Andrew Gilding finishing school. That's like a cross between a can of Vimto and a can of Lucasade, that shirt. It's very vibrant for him. He's not usually like that.
100.
Yeah, even though his previous visit again started with a treble 20 and then he went to the 5s. It's just a little bit spray and pray at the moment.
96.
That's better. Just a simple score of 96 will just make him feel that little bit better.
Yeah, when you're playing the way he has been in this game, you just got to keep the game simple. Tons, 97s, 96s.
97.
Try and get to a finish after 12. It might be good enough just to give you the opportunity to build on it. But at the minute, 1 treble visits
45.
are a premium. They're not the norm.
Yeah, I have to say it's a poor performance from Kist so far. His average is stuck in the 70s after almost 4 legs of the contest.
177.
But that was excellent. The last start found the treble 19 there for Pietreczko.
59. Ricardo, you
Look at the
require
last
52.
2 letters of his surname. Because he's looking to do that to Christian.
It could end up on that double 3 again here.
Well, this would be brilliant. Imagine if he goes tops 6-3-3.
But this time he might not. Let's see.
Game
Well,
shot
we'll
for
never
four
know.
leg. Ricardo
Double-double,
Pietreczko.
inadvertent,
5th leg is Christian to throw first. Game on.
but effective.
That's a right angle shot, isn't it? Straight down from tops to the bull and across to the double 6. But KO at the end of his name, and he's halfway
60.
to knocking out Christian Kist in round 1.
Well, you never know. Euro tours are difficult to win, and you just never know. A player that's got the
43.
capability of winning those, for me, certainly has the minerals to go and win a major.
There are 2 ways of looking at it. One, he will use that win
43.
to become a better player in the next few years. Or he may never play that well ever again because some of the things he did were almost otherworldly.
140.
Like hitting your last 14 doubles in a row. Who does that? Nobody. It will be spoken about for decades, the end of that tournament, because it was
58.
quite frightening.
Just looking a little bit down in the dumps here, Christian Kist, and you can understand that. Hasn't got going,
58.
and Pietreczko could be putting him away very quickly.
He's got to understand that Christian is not playing well. He's got to do the professional thing and put him away as soon as possible by remaining in his own
96.
focus. He doesn't want to get dragged into a scruffy battle. Now, if you look at Ricardo's season, he's had some great bright sparks, including that win in Hildesheim. But don't forget that when he played in Hungary on the European Tour, he was the first person to lose to a Hungarian player in European Tour history in Nando
65.
Major. He left that stage with a real hump on his back. The fact that he was able to forget about that and go and win the next one is credit to
55.
him.
When you look at players that have built on the Euro Tour success, you have to look no further than a certain Luke Humphries. The year he had on the Euro Tour last year, and now the year he's having on the majors this year. 2 out of the last 3, and looking to make it 3 from 4 this weekend. Rob Cross, by the way, who he beat in that Grand Slam final, he's not having it easy against Cameron Menzies. That game is now 3-3.
Just goes to show that if you have a really good
59.
Grand Slam,
Ricardo,
coming to
you
this
require
straight afterwards
55.
is not easy.
Well, this match is seemingly easy so far for this man who wants tops. Who hits
Game
tops,
shot on the
dead
5th leg.
centre, picture
Ricardo
perfect from
Pietreczko.
Pietreczko.
6th leg is
4-1
Ricardo
lead
to
now
throw
for the
first.
German.
Game on.
And Christian may soon be kissed goodbye.
Still to come this
100.
afternoon, we do have our main events here this afternoon here at Reds Bar. And don't think about going anywhere else, because we have Stephen Bunting against Mickey Mansell next. And Mickey Mansell's been given an awful draw. If you think this is all drawn out of a hat, though, think again, because it's based on position in the order of merit. Number 1 plays number 64. Number 2 plays 63. And so on and so on. Based on position. That's why these two are playing each other. And Pietreczko is starting to put his foot to the floor. That 171 puts him massively in front. And Christian Kist is very much someone who is needing snookers here. And he's not even playing snooker.
All the reds. In reds. Is it time to get cheeky, Paul?
No.
Just
don't do it. It can become too tempting. It's a bad habit, in my opinion, in matches like this.
What I mean
just do the professional thing.
By that is going straight for the bullseye for those who hadn't worked it out, and he does remain professional.
34.
Should have gone straight for the bull, Paul.
I agree. Nope, he did the right thing. But if he'd taken that in 2 darts, he would have been swimming in confidence. There's just being a little bit of doubt about this Pietreczko performance at times. It's fortunate for him that he's playing someone who has not played well at all, and it is 5-1 to Ricardo.
Yeah, he has upped his game as the game's gone on here, Pietreczko. His average is north of 90 now, but I mean, we said there'd been no shocks. I'm shocked at the performance of Christian Kist here.
Me too. I just wonder, because he didn't get a top 2 spot in the Challenge Tour Order of Merit, whether he's still hurting from that. I know that was a good month ago, but he probably thought my best opportunity of getting on the tour for the next couple of years would have been with that Order of Merit. It didn't work out.
60.
This is a worrying sign for when Christian plays at Ali Pali in the next few weeks. He cannot play like this against anybody.
98.
And Pietreczko's not needed his A game, or indeed his mean game of the year, which is 94.5. Had he done that, he's probably already won this game.
Yeah, Christian Kist has been caught cold, I'm afraid. His average isn't even in the 70s.
You don't hear any dart player anywhere in the world saying, 84. Take me back to the 60s. Or the 70s. I know it's a bit of a play on words, but Christian wants to stay in the 90s.
Well, I won't mention the average, but what I will tell you is that Ricardo Pietreczko is averaging 20 points higher than Christian Kist, and Ricardo is averaging 88.46.
60.
Yeah, he has not looked comfortable this whole game, whether it's temperature, whether it's some sort of pain that he's got.
And that's the worry, because you mentioned it before, he has really gone through some darting difficulties. He's had arthritis in his hands. It's been a real difficult time, and it's been a pleasure to watch him blossom again this year. So I do hope it's just a bad day at the office.
That hand position, when he's drawing the dart towards his eye line, it doesn't look good.
39.
It doesn't look comfortable.
Ricardo,
it doesn't look him.
124.
So I get the feeling it might just be one of those things again. Now, Pietreczko there was going for 2 treble 14s.
99.
He was going the full Berry Van Peer route for 124 there.
And that time the bullseye did tempt him. Wanted to win it in style. Well, choices on the 25.
96.
Anywhere you like.
Required 25.
Ah, okay. 13 for double 6. I kind of like it.
19.
You won't like that.
Well, it may start on double 3 and end on double 3 for Ricardo Pietreczko, unless Christian Kist can elongate the encounter. Could not
85.
quite manage to complete the combo, and it's back
Ricardo
down south for his
6.
opponent.
Back up north. Can he catch the last one?
Game
He does.
start.
get double one, and I think he understands. And judging by the high five with the left-handed Christian Kist, he obviously wasn't 100% in the throwing hand department today. We can say what we like about his performance, but ultimately Ricardo had to do a job. The job is completed by 6 legs to 1, and in the next round it will be Ryan Searle for that man. Ricardo playing against someone possibly on the main stage who's from just around the corner. That could be juicy.